You're watching WAFF 48 News at 6 on your side.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Father's Day for this special streaming edition of WAFF 48 News at 6. I'm Nolan Crane. We begin tonight in Decatur, where a dispute turned violent between a father and a son. It happened here on Harpeth Place Southwest last night at around 7:30. Police tell us they believe a 50-year-old man stabbed his 79-year-old father. The father fought back. It's not clear what exactly happened but police say when they arrived, the son was unconscious. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he later died. The father is expected to be okay. As of now, no names have been released. This investigation is still in the early stages. The search for a Decatur murderer suspect is over. 32-year-old Ronald Bland is in the Morgan County Jail. Ronald Bland is accused of shooting and killing 27-year-old Akira Harris on West Moulton Street yesterday morning. Officers with Decatur Police Department say they issued a warrant for his arrest, and he was found by the Huntsville Police Department late last night and is now behind bars. New tonight at 6, 2 people are facing serious charges after a 3-year-old came into Athens Limestone Hospital with serious injuries. The hospital staff alerted police this afternoon. Zion Cannon and Daisha Beasley are both charged with aggravated child abuse. Police are not releasing details on the child's condition at this time.
A fairly quiet Father's Day out there. You've been able to get some of that grilling done. We got this one isolated thunderstorm southwest side of Decatur right now, slowly tracking to the east. A live view of Huntsville right now, where there is no rain. It's been a fairly quiet day in most areas, but we will still have a chance for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms through about 10 o'clock tonight. But some heavy rain moving into the south side of Decatur, on the way to Priceville, and also the north side of Hartselle. Over the next 3 days, we pretty much have more of the same. Storms probably hold off until 3 o'clock tomorrow, and we may see showers and storms earlier in the day on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we may wait until after sunset for those showers and storms. We'll go hour by hour through that forecast coming up.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Brad. Police in Minnesota are still frantically searching for this man, Vance Bolter. They say he shot and killed one state representative and wounded a state senator early yesterday morning in separate home invasion attacks. Police say Bolter was dressed like a police officer and wearing a mask during those attacks. Investigators say they found at least 2 vehicles that they say are connected to the suspect. Inside one, they found what they're calling a hit list with 70 other targets. That list included abortion providers and Minnesota Democratic Party leaders, including Senator Amy Klobuchar.
It was politically motivated, and there clearly was some through line with abortion because of the groups that were on the list and other things that I've heard were in this manifesto. And I think for us right now, is allowing law enforcement to do their jobs instead of speculating on every angle of where he might have gone. They obviously have information we don't have.
President Donald Trump has issued a statement saying, quote, "Such horrific violence will not be tolerated." And we're talking with some Alabama state lawmakers, getting their reaction to the shocking shootings in Minnesota. They're reflecting on the dangers they face in their own political careers. WAFF 48's Noah Cowell joins us here in the studio. Noah, today you talked with one of the top Democrats in the state of Alabama about the deadly shooting in Minnesota.
Nolan, the State House Minority Leader Anthony Daniels of Huntsville says his thoughts and prayers go out to the families impacted, but at the end of the day, he says that's not enough. He says as a nation, we need to do our best to prevent acts of violence like this from happening in the future. Daniels says he realizes that in America's polarizing political climate, plenty of risks come along with speaking up for what you believe in. Those risks are bigger the higher your profile is. And after yesterday's shooting, he says this is a dangerous new world. Daniels says he has received threats before, notably after speaking out regarding George Floyd. In the past, he says he's just brushed aside the threats and moved on with his life. He believes the most important thing moving forward is to bring politics as a whole back to civility. He wants people and politicians to disagree without worrying it could lead to any violence.
It's so heightened politically and so polarizing to where it does create chaos. And whenever something creates chaos and folks feel very passionate about an issue, there can be some unintended consequences that sometimes are very unfortunate.
Daniels says, above all, the importance here is public safety. He says it's also important to monitor the online activity, as many people who commit these horrible acts will give signs online beforehand. Nolan?
Good to know. Thank you, Noah, for that report. Fighting between Israel and Iran is not slowing down, with both countries still firing missiles, which have killed more than 160 people and injured hundreds more. According to reports, President Donald Trump rejected a plan by Israel to kill Iran's supreme leader. Senior U.S. officials claim the Israelis had an opportunity to kill him, but they did not execute the plan since President Trump opposed the plan. Others say Israeli leaders have asked the Iranian government to stop attacks and return to the nuclear negotiations. This comes as world leaders are meeting in Canada today for the G7 summit. The British Prime Minister says he's sending fighter jets and other military reinforcements to the Middle East, while asking everyone to de-escalate. There will also be a discussion about President Donald Trump's tariffs and what world leaders can do to try to talk him out of increasing those tariffs. Back here in Alabama, 3 fishermen are lucky to be alive after the boat capsized today in the Coosa River. First responders from several departments rushed to the river a little after 3 a.m. Their drone helped find the fishermen stranded on their flipped boat. You can see some of the photos from today's rescue here on your screen. We're told all of the fishermen are safe and uninjured. After the break, we are on your side with a big road construction project that starts tomorrow, and it will impact thousands of drivers in Morgan County.
Just a few isolated storms. We expect more of this. Nothing severe, but it'll all start fading away. Late tonight, some changes on the way. Right now, temperatures are in the 80s. We'll be in the 90s by the end of the week.
If you use I-65, there's a big road project starting tomorrow night you need to know about. Every single inch of I-65 in Morgan County, northbound and southbound, will be repaved over the next few weeks. AlDOT is doing majority of the work during the evening and overnight hours, hoping to minimize the impact. But starting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, there will be lanes closed and delays as the work gets underway. Crews will work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night until it's all done. And we're covering your community in Decatur, where the impact of inflation is showing up in the city's tax revenue. The city's chief fiscal officer says tax revenue is up 5.5% from this time last year. The council was reviewing the mid-year budget last week when they got the update. Council members say the extra cash will likely be put into road paving work all around the city. There were some surprises in the numbers. Gas tax revenue is way down, and so is revenue at Point Mallard's golf course and the campground.
Now, your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis.
Not as active as it has been the last few days, but we still have the chance for a few isolated storms on into the evening hours on this Father's Day. We got a couple of showers here trying to flare up here just southwest of Albertville, also in and around Florence. There's really no upper air support for strong storms, so we're going to have some lightning, gusty winds, and that's about it. Overall threat of severe weather Not going to happen tonight, so that's some good news there. As far as your Monday goes, we will see a return of thunderstorms. Some could be strong, and some could be strong just about any time next week, too. These will all come after 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the way it looks now, and they'll last through about 7. So again, we're getting into this pattern where the storms will come in and then eventually they fade away. They last about an hour and a half to 2 hours in some locations. Here's a look at this evening. Not much going on. We'll see a few more showers and thunder showers fire up here during the 8 o'clock hour, kind of track to the north after 10 o'clock and then slowly fade away to the north. Now, one outside chance of an isolated shower storm early tomorrow morning, but overall it looks pretty dry. We'll see some sunshine. It's going to be hot and humid as we go through the day, but notice no thunderstorm activity at least by noon. I think it's coming in during the afternoon hours. The latest guidance pushing this in around 3 or 4 o'clock into northwest Alabama, then slowly tracking to the east. Again, a lot of lightning, very heavy rain, and again, this may be 8 o'clock before it reaches Scottsboro and Albertville, and a few showers actually could develop during the morning hours on Tuesday, so Tuesday looks a little bit more active than the last 2 days. And then we get into Wednesday, and that may actually be delayed until after 8 o'clock in the evening. So overall, not looking too bad. Tonight's forecast, 72 for the low, a passing shower. We're going to get that 10-day forecast here in just a second. Tomorrow, a very hot day with afternoon storms. Some could be strong. Over the next 10 days, we finally have a drier weekend ahead. It is going to be hot, though. First day of summer, Friday, 90, 93 Saturday, 94 a week from today.
Well, a Sunday matinee on the diamond on this Father's Day. The Rocket City Trash Pandas win streak snapped last night at the hands of the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Quality at-bats have just been hard to come by in back-to-back games. The K has been killer the past 2 games. The guys, they've struck out 20 times over the last 2 games, and defensively some errors have proved costly. One leading to a 3-run bomb in the top of the 3rd here for the Blue Wahoos. They take a 3-0 lead, but sometimes all it takes is one crack of the bat to make this one interesting. One of the 4 hits on the total on the afternoon came off the bat of Denzar Guzman, a 2-run absolute moonshot left the yard out to left field. The only 2 runs scored by the Rocket City. They fall in this game 5-2. But an all-new series set to begin this week. The Chattanooga Lookouts coming to town for a 6-game set. Games will begin Tuesday. They run on through Sunday at Toyota Field. Tuesday through Saturday games begin at 6:35. Sunday first pitch is set for 2:35. And happening right now on WAFF 48 Championship Sunday at Oakmont. Here's the leaderboard for the U.S. Open. However, J.J. Spahn has just taken the lead just moments ago, and he leads by a stroke. We're going to have more coming up on this coming up at 10.
And we are back on the air and online with another newscast tonight at 10. We're going to have the latest on the manhunt for a suspected Minnesota killer, plus a special Father's Day message from some kids all around the Tennessee Valley.
He's like really supportive. He comes to all my band stuff, most of my soccer stuff, and he just really wants to be there for me. He's also there for my sisters too.
Also, new poll numbers on Donald Trump that may help explain why the White House is doubling down on immigration raids and talking less about tariffs. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back tonight at 10. More news here as it breaks.